Today I have a interesting topic because anything we do or anything we want to absorb, particularly a new regime in our life, we want to be very confident that this will increase or upgrade my quality of life. So the bottom line is always the happiness. Does do things make me happier? And if yes, then what is the balance sheet, so to say. So that's what the title is. Does Patanjali Yoga meditation makes me more happy, increases my that thing. So that is what I will say is bottom line of life, that yes, we want to have better quality of life. What is better quality of life? Something I may not even be able to articulate, but I will use the word something like joy, pleasure, happiness, peace, bliss, whatever terms you are, familiar with or, you are comfortable with. So Patanjali's, I don't want to get too much into philosophy, but let's see what is Patanjali's direction. He uses a term called Sukh. That is a Sanskrit term where this is a compound word. Su is actually a prefix that is always for positive, something very well, good, etc., etc. Kha is like my domain or my world. So in this context, my body and mind domains. So Sukh means if my body mind domains are fine, I am in Sukh. And otherwise, the opposite is Dukh. The prefix here has changed. Du is usually negative. So Dukh will mean some sort of pain, misery, suffering, or whatever it is. But what Patanjali is trying to tell us, and which I think every meditation practitioner will agree, that Sukh is very subjective. Something derives pleasure out of some experience, A, and another person derives from another experience. And for the same person, with the passage of time, his perspective has changed. What gave me Sukh, say, in my childhood, playing with certain toys or certain games, that may not give me Sukh at this stage, is it not? So things change with space and time and individuals. So Sukh is very subjective and has a very finite lifetime also. After a while, it goes away. But compared to Sukh, Dukh is also as such subjective, but not that much. Because, here we may not find an agreement. Any particular experience, entire humanity will not say that, yes, we like that, is it not? Whatever it is, eating ice cream or whatever you can think of. But when it comes to Dukh, there can be a long list of experience when almost everybody in the world will say, yes, I feel that painful, something like that. And that very common experience is pain of hunger. So when somebody is hungry, there is a demand of food from the body system, and that turns out to be, early phase it may be a desire, but if food is not supplied in time, then it can become a pain of hunger. So that everybody in life has experienced. Nobody can say, I haven't experienced the pain of hunger, is it not? So there is an element of objectivity here. So let's see, Patanjali's strategy now is to get away from Dukh, but not towards Sukh. This may feel very awkward to a number of people, that what kind of meditation we are learning from Patanjali if it does not being some kind of a Sukh to me. It is not. But let's try to understand, you know. So I'm just borrowing two statements from Yog Darshan. One is the number one top on the right side is 2.15. It's a bit longest statement and I don't want to go much into its detail, but it ends with a Dukha Mev Sarvam Vivekina. What he's saying is even the so-called Sukh is actually Dukha. So let's not get disturbed by this statement. I will be clarifying it very soon. But he is saying, as far as wise people are concerned, and that is what wise people, meaning Sarvam Vivekina. Viveki is a wise person, and let us consider Patanjali as one of them. So he is saying that whatever we go after, the objects of pleasure, whatever we think we will derive Sukh from, actually it is going to end up in giving us Dukh, the pain. And he offers four arguments: Parinam, Tap, Sanskar, Dukha. Then fourth is Gunvetti. What it means is, and that I think as a meditation practitioner you will agree, that basically Sukh and Dukh is just my state of mind. And mind, of course, goes through all sorts of fluctuations. So basically, Patanjali is telling us that the state of mind is very transient, and if you just replace Dukh with Sukh, it's not going to give you much improve your quality of life except for a moment or so. So what is his strategy? Let's try to understand. He, on the other hand, suggests another Sanskrit term here is Santosh. The translation I have made is contentment, and that's what I am putting here in his later statement 2.42, where he says, Santoshat Anuttama Sukhalabha. So he is stating that out of contentment, what you derive, there can be no Sukh beyond that. So, instead of the worldly Sukh, he is focusing our attention to Santosh, contentment, and then he is saying very strongly that there can be no Sukh beyond contentment. So, once you are contented, you feel I am very fine, then that has a slight good residence time. And if you can train yourself that you are 24 by 7 a contented person, then I think that is a very valid strategy. So that is what, but it should not be misunderstood as just a static life or I am an escapist. I am just defining my state as contented so that I don't do anything, as if I just become a static person. But that is not the case. This term Santosh comes in the context of Niyam, the second limb of Ashtanga Yoga, and that has five members: Shoch, Santosh, Tapa, Swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhan. So it is interesting to see that second element, Santosh, is followed by the third one, that is Tapa. Tapa means penance. So what he's saying is, you train yourself that you are contented at this point, but still try to aspire to get more, say in the direction of Patanjali yoga practice, etc., etc. So you must have a particular destination in your mind and you want to achieve more in that direction. But in that journey, wherever you are, you must feel as a contented person. Now I just want to tell you, it is my comment, and I think as you proceed with meditation practice, you will gradually agree with me. So what I am saying is, imagine we all have a notional bucket of treasure. That treasure is our happiness, joy, and pleasures, of whatever it is that we have gathered in our life. So there is a notional bucket, and when we wake up in the morning, it is filled to its brim. So it is the day starts with it is full to its capacity. And then as the day progresses, a joyful event adds a glass of fluid and a painful event subtracts a glass. So let's say, suppose this is what is my scenario. I have, say, to start with a small bucket, and it is filled as I've had a good night's sleep. And now as the day progressing, all sorts of things are happening and I don't have much control about them. So when something is so-called joyful, what gives me sukh, it means that a glass of fluid gets added. And if something is painful, a glass of fluid has been removed. So that causes this capacity to fluctuate. And that's what a common man's life is like. Now we can imagine regular practice of Patanjali Yoga meditation increases the size of this bucket. So now you imagine maybe in few weeks, I hope some of you will notice as if that imaginary notional bucket is of larger size. So what happens if it is larger size, then one glass added or one glass subtracted doesn't make much relative change in this overall, you know, filled in the bucket. So you are more or less same person. You are not going much through the fluctuations of your day experiences. And that is a one way to look at it that I hope Patanjali Yoga meditation will take you to a position where you will have the confidence that yes, my state of mind is in my control and I have full authority over that and I feel very fine and I am capable of maintaining that state throughout the day, irrespective of whatever is happening to me. So that is a sense of contentment. I hope Matanjali Yoga meditation practice will raise your confidence to feel in that manner. And then you may say, yes, I feel that my quality of life is improving. I am overall a better person when before I started with the meditation practice. Okay, we'll discuss these and other issues next time when we meet. And thank you all for joining me this week. And have a good time next.